I told y'all that was gonna look really cool. So if you want to get your lights like that, oh yeah, see that? That's custom third brake for you. Look at that. You see, so when you brake, they see it all on the side of the wall. They see it all on the side of the car. It's all under your wheel. It look like that business is on fire. Look at that. Okay. Hello to everyone. Hey, are you that type of guy that want everyone to know that you're stopping? Well, let's show you how to add a third brake. But not just any kind of third brake. We're going to make it extra cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to tap into the brake wires and we're going to add some brand new LED lights to our back wheels. Pretty cool. Let's try it out. So I just purchased some micro light kit from AutoZone. It was only about $20, $24, something like that. Pretty cool. This is designed for the inside of your car, but based on experience, I've noticed that this will work outside also. And I like to do things with push things to the limits and make them do sometimes things they're not supposed to do. So without further ado, this is what we have here. So one of them I've already installed, and I'll show you exactly how I did it. This connects to it where you can test that they work. Okay, and this goes here to that. Okay. All you're gonna need is some pliers, maybe a screwdriver, scissors to cut this open. That's it. Alrighty. So this is how it looks finished. See how I tucked it on the line? I tucked it all up inside of here, and also in here. You see, and I put one here. It's going to shine on the back of the wheel. It's going to shine on the front of the wheel. And this one's going to shine from the inside. Inside the rim. So as you can see, I attached it to the brake line. Something flexible. Give it a little extra here. And you see, fastened everything here. And ran the rest of it on up behind the fender. So the only thing that's exposed is the actual light itself. Everything is tucked away. And here where you have the connector, I just simply wrapped it with some tape. So even if some water splash is going to hit the tape and not where it connects. Outside of that, everything is a secure closed circuit. Alrighty? So that's how it looks. I'm going to show you how I did it. You may want to take your wheel off to give you better access. Alright, so you're probably wondering, how do I run my brake lights? Do I need someone in the car? No. What I did is I took my regular toolbox, pushed it up here, you see, and simply move your chair up. See how it's beginning to push the brakes? See that? There. So you see, I have my brakes applied and no one's in the car. This is in case you're working on your own. But check it out. Bam! Look at that. So every time I hit my brakes, all of my back wheel is going to light up red. See that? It's going to be pretty cool. So it's time to put the tire back on here. But this will be how the finished part would look. Ready? Perfect. Now, for extra safety, I just went on ahead and stuck that tire under there. If this fails, your tire kind of catches it. All right, so it's looking good. It's time to put the wheel back on. Okay. If you like, if your wheel is already off or if you removed it, you can grab you some WD-40 and also some brake cleaner. Go ahead and hit that up. And also, if you like, just hit the inside of your rim, and that'll look good too. If you're getting a little bit of squeaking, you know, dust gets in between this and can cause squeaking, you may want to use some WD-40. If it's rubber, silicone. If it's metal, you can use regular. And again, keep everything out the way, nicely tidy. See, It's nothing gonna fall down or rub against the wheel or anything. Looking good there. Alright, so it's time to put the wheel back on. Everything is greased, oil, and clean. So now we've assembled the tire and everything is put back on there. See that? So I'm just waiting for the night, but when it does, all that's gonna light up. This is gonna light up. People are gonna see from the back you're braking. And then here in the suspension, this little bay is gonna kind of lit up. See how the inside of the rim is gonna, that's gonna look pretty cool. I think so. So go ahead and complete it. Tighten your wheel up. Alrighty. Make sure it's sturdy, and once you let it down, give it a few more twists. Alrighty. Now the vehicle is fully on the ground. See that? Yeah, that's starting to look really nice. Excuse me. That's starting to look really nice. Look at that. Pretty cool. First thing first, you want to make sure you grab your handbrake and pull it up. Okay. Now what we want to do is lift the vehicle so we can have a little moving space. Also, we're going to go ahead and take the tire off so that we can freely have access and also be able to put it here behind here. Okay. So I like to put a little piece of cardboard just to give it extra flat surface. And let's go ahead and jack it up. Now you have two options. You can either use this plug, you can use this, or you can simply take it and cut it and plug it directly to your back brake lights, okay? Or plug it in and simply clip here and plug it directly to your brake lights, okay? So I'll show you how I did it. Now, depending on the vehicle you have, this is a Chrysler Sebring 2004. So depending on the vehicle you have, you simply go ahead and loosen that up there. Here. And here, you have the third one. Okay. And you have a small clip here. It's going to be the same way on most vehicles. Go ahead and pull that off. And then you will be able to remove that back here. Okay. Now, since I've already ran the wiring and also I've installed a camera, so I've already been messing around back here. What you want to do is you want to find out, hey, which one of these guys are my brake lights? And again, you can do that by simply pressing your brakes like this. So you can take a something big enough, you see, and you see, I'm moving my seat for it, and it's pressing against the brakes. So now, and this is in case you don't have a helper. You may not want someone sitting in the vehicle while you have it jacked up. Okay. So you may be trying to figure out, all right, which one is my brake light? So once you found out which your brake light, go ahead and tap into that. Alrighty. Now we've unplugged this, remember? So it's not going to be on. But we do know that this is a brake light. See? So what you want to do is you're going to find 3 wires. I'm going to put, where's my electric tape? I'm going to fix that while this is out. That was just to hold it. So you found out which 3 wires are your brake line. So that will be this one, right? Now one of these wires is just for tail light, one is for brake, and one is for your ground. So figure out which one is the brake wire. Ready? And then you just simply, if it's tight in there, you want to use one of these. So you can use one of these, and it's pretty simple. It's a 951 3M fuse clip. See? And if you really want to be neat with it, you can use the corresponding side. See? And you just connect your wiring however you like. So you see how that connects there. So if it's really tight in here, then you can use that. And you see this guy, right? This little guy, red guy, bites down on your wire, and you don't have to cut it. It bites right on down on it, creating the connection. And the wire that comes out here will be your connecting. Okay? See how that is? That's just a sample. See? No need to cut your wires. All right, I have the proper electrical tape here. I was just testing right there. And you see here, I took a regular wire and I ran it down. You see, I ran it down through a little hole here. You see, and on down behind the bumper. See that? So those are going to be our brake lights. This is how we're getting power for the brake lights. Okay. Other than that, you won't have any source of power. So this is how we're getting our power, because we ran that cord down. We connected it to the brake lights. And now you see, I'm filming in the evening now, so you can see the lights better. See that? So every time you hit your brakes, all three of them bad boys gonna light up. See that? It's gonna look pretty cool. Oh yeah, that's gonna look fly. So that's how you want to do it. Tap into your brake wire and run a line right on down behind your bumper and on back through here, and then you make your connections however you like. You're gonna have a whole lot of spare wire, so don't worry. Okay, no worries. There we go. So now that we know that everything works, I went ahead and put the electrical tape. Okay, make sure there's no loose wires. You see that little thing there? I'm gonna retape that just because there's a tension sitting out. If any water even touch that, that can cause electrical shortage. So I'm gonna wrap that again. Alrighty, so you wanna wrap everything, make sure nothing is touching. Okay. Oh, it's wrapped. Okay, it's just clear tape. Still gonna wrap it again. Alrighty, all set. Once that's all set in, go ahead and put your light back in. Right there, I wrapped it so it's fully secured. Right, put everything back in. Make sure that's plugged back in. You don't want to forget, because you're gonna look like you don't have a tail light if you do. All right, so everything works still. Brake light's still on. Looking good, looking good. All right, moving forward. Let's do this. Now we're gonna get that last screw off. There we go. Somehow, I always end up working into the night, but that's okay, because again, we are dealing with lights. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and pull that wheel off. Awesome. You can slide it under for extra safety. It'll fall on the rim if anything was to fail. I like manual jacks because your hydraulics won't run out on you. Alrighty? As long as no one's messing with that, it usually no issue. So now begin to plan how you want that light to go in. Okay? You want to plan how you want it to go in there based on your setup. And we're going to take the second one out. See? Now this is how you have an idea. This is how it's going to look in the beginning. But this is how it will look when you're done. Yeah, I like that. Might make it shine a little more towards the middle, but that looks good to me. I'm cool with that. And you see, even the person pulling up beside you can see that you're braking, even on the side. Now, I call that a third brake. That's pretty cool. Awesome. Let's get this installed. Now, as you can see, I was trying to get that effect, but I bought some little 8-inch or 6-inch LED lights, and I mean, it did the job, but not how I wanted it. So I ended up buying these. Alrighty, so it's not expensive, and I also like that it has the white covering and then the red light inside, so it's, you know, it kind of disappears during the day. You don't pay attention. Ready? So what we're going to do is, since I already have that, and I have this connector, I think I just struck luck here, because I can just plug that right on in. But again, you want to wire it to the brake light as I was showing, and once it's done, run it down here and begin to zip tie it to places where there's no turning parts, or it won't get mashed by your suspension or anything like that. Keep it safe, okay? Based on how your car is set up. Alrighty? Really nice. So I went on ahead and clipped that zip tie. And yeah, it's the same thing. So I can just plug mine right on in. But again, run it the same way. Okay? See that? I'm just gonna plug this bad boy right on in. Alrighty, so this is our wire coming down from the back, plug to the brake light, and I'm going to run it, and it connects here, it ends here. This is the other end to one of these. Okay, now it's plugged in, and what I'm going to do is continue to thread it behind the shocks, you see, because I want the second light here. We're going to have the first light here, the middle light here, second light here, and the last one here. Or we're going to put the middle here, the second one here, and the last one here, depending on how it fits. Right. Yeah, I think I'll put it that way. So this is going to be the setup. So this is the first one. This is going to be the second one, you see? Then this will be the third one. And first we want to make sure that everything works, and then we're going to begin to bundle everything up, secure it, and move forward. Alrighty? I like that. So you see, the brown is my negative, and the blue is my positive, so it's going to the ground, and the other one's going to the positive, which is the brake for braking. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap that up, and then I went on ahead and ran that right on down, you see, through the fender. That looks pretty good. Now, as you can see, we begin to have our little setup here. There. See? And now you can begin to set up how you like it. Oh, that looks really nice. Yeah. So I want to wrap the connection here for extra security. Just put some tape on there. There. Just for a little extra security, it won't come loose. And if a little splash of water get there, it's okay. It'll bounce off the tape. Even though it's waterproof, I'll still rather secure it. Now you see how I'm bundling everything up, and then you run a zip tie straight through there. Now I see a nice place to put it here, right here. So I'm gonna roll this up and tie it there. See? Now I left it a little bit loose because I still need to make adjustments. I'm gonna tuck this behind here, create a little tension, And I might take this screw out here and run the wire behind there so it never comes out. You know what I mean? So it's never hanging. And this is where the connection is. See, even that I stuck inside of here. So it's gonna be really hard to get wet. And here I have a zip tie on another zip tie. So I'm gonna take this here, see that? And tuck it in there. Now you see, it creates tension. This is not gonna pop out easy. It's away from all moving things, parts, really good. So now we wanna move to our next part here. We're gonna go ahead and tuck this behind here. And right up in here, because there's a screw here, there's a lot of tension. So I can tuck that down, back up in there, you see? See that? So I'm just gonna give myself a little more rope, see, like that. Remove that screw and put it behind there. This should work. Yeah, that'll work. So I have to reorganize it a little. I see that wasn't gonna work. I was gonna get a little rub in here. So this is first, this is second, that's gonna be third. Alrighty. This is the last one because that's your plug, so that's third. So now the first light, I don't know how good you can see that, but the first cord, you see, you can't even see it, but except here. And I'm gonna tuck that too. Still gotta make adjustments here. But you see, it's totally behind there. You can't see it. Let me get that. There. See? Get it all in there. See? And there's no danger of it getting wet. It's neat. No one sees it. If you have a little bit of spare and you find a gap, tuck it really nice, but tie it up and then wedge it in there where it's nice and tight. And your final result should be nothing but the light. Now you see, once I'm done, I'll clean here with alcohol and then put the tape, and it really won't move, you see? Plus everything gets snuggy right there. See that? Okay. So moving forward to the middle court. So we just want to know how we want this to shine. We want it to shine in the rim, inside the rim. So we're going to have to position it either upward or slightly downward, depending on how you like it. Okay. And once this is all tucked, it's going to go this way. It's going to go under here, like that. And all of this extra, you see, it's going to be tucked and wrapped all behind the wheel. So you see there's nothing rubbing. See that? We're almost done. So far so good. See, no hanging wires. It looked like it in the beginning, like it was going to be in the front, but nah, it's all how you do it. And remember, we said we're going to remove one screw. So that's the only thing we have to do, is remove one screw out of this whole setup, other than taking your tires off, of course. All right, so now let's tuck it behind, right? So what we want to do is see if you got something that can hang under, that it can loop on under there. Or if not, you want to pull your, you want to kind of bundle that up back there and find a good location where you can tie it to, okay? Figure out which way you want to do it. So I'm going to fasten these two guys together, and that'll keep them up off of here, off of this bar. See? And then we're going to maybe put this all together like this. See? And tuck it on behind the fender nicely. After you're done testing your wires, make sure you go ahead and finish it off with some electrical tape. Yeah. And if you're low on zip ties, you can always use a little electrical tape just to kind of make them run alongside each other. You know what I mean? And you see how it's beginning to pull towards here? I can go ahead and mount it to the back here, right up underneath the fender, all behind here, and it's not going to move. All right. And last but not least, we're going to tally that up and we're done. final part of it is I went on ahead and taped it here. Okay, now I'm gonna pull all that slack up, and then I made a little tiny loop. I don't know how good you can see that there. You see I looped the cord just a tinch there. You see how it's around that screw? And then I'm gonna go ahead and push it through like that. I'm gonna leave this out like that little screw. There we go. See? Just so it can create a little bit of tension, you know what I mean? Between the inside and the outside. And then I'm gonna go ahead and, see that? Fasten that on in, move that up. Then that's all done for there. And just bundle this. That's it. And voila. There you go. So what I did is I went on ahead and put a little bit of tape here for tension. I remember we made that little zip tie thing. This was also for tension. Keeps everything out the way. And you see how everything is all secured here to this little body. So I'm using it almost like a shelf, but also a protector. It's going to be quite hard for water to get in there, but I'm not going to be going through deep puddles. We do know that. But look at it. See? Here, left it a little flexible because I want it to shine through the rim. Okay. And we're done here. That's it. So again, remember we said we're going to clean back here a little bit, and then there's some M3 tape on the back of there that you can, see, put it on there, and you're all set. It won't move. Look at that. It's nothing in the way. There's no, you see the cords have just a tinge of slack, so they don't tear or rip, but they're not near any moving parts, and it's pretty consistent with hoses that's already built into the vehicle. So if this can move around and flex around, so can this. All right, just not too tight. Perfect. Call that home done. Just got like a sanitizer wipe. See, it's kind of that dust from back there. See, there we go, so that it can stick. I'm not worrying about cleaning under here. It's gonna rain in a few days or whatever, and be back like this. But the good thing about it is all of this is accessible. If it ever gets dirty, bam. See that? Bam, bam. Yeah, you can still reach behind your wheel and access that one. That's it. So let's go ahead and stick those. There, all fastened. See that? All tucked away nicely. It's not going to move. Here also. See? It's not going to move. Here. Slight flexibility because it's on the hose. Alright, so now let's go ahead and get the wheel installed. The fun part. There we go. So now, I'll go ahead and pull that from up under there. Again, since your wheel is already off, put some brake clean up in there, spray that thing real quick, just the inside, because once it's on, you can clean the outside. Hit it with a little AutoZone or whichever brake cleaner, Lucas, whichever you like. If your lights is already installed, just be a little careful. But it's kind of, if you're already back here, you know what I mean? Go ahead and look that real quick. Cool. Look good. Back there. Yeah. It's a high pressure can, so it blows dust away also. Right. Clean my little shocks up a little bit. Just get them up in there. get what you can. You know, you get what you can. You don't have to go crazy with it. Again, these your tires. All kind of road dust and debris gonna get all in there, so that's fine. Just get what you can and keep it pushing. Okay. Looking good. Get the inside of that ring real quick. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. All the hard stuff that you can't really get to. Okay. Once you're done with everything, go ahead and get that tire on. Now you see, once you put your tire back on, look how it lights all of that up. Okay. See? Looks really good. Now remember the middle one, we said we were going to adjust once we put the tire. Before you mount everything, I would say preferably, put at least one screw on there. The top one, I would recommend. Why? Because it won't fall backward. It won't fall this way on you. And it's tough to fall inward like that, but it won't fall outward. So we would go with the top one. Alrighty. There. Okay. Now you see, I can still reach back there and adjust the light how I want it on my rim. See that? See how I can still adjust it? And once I got it 100% set, that's it. Then I can just take that screw back off and zip tie that tight. I love zip ties. You can position exactly how you want it. See that? You force the light to go in the direction you want it to, which is pretty awesome. Yeah. That'll do. That's pretty cool. Alright. So that's how I want it. I want it to shine on those spokes nicely. So that's the position I want. Now you can go ahead and if you want to, you can take it off and tighten it so it don't move at all. Or if you're satisfied, put your screws back. Making sure everything is tight. So with your knees, you see, got all dirty. It's all right. You see, you just kind of balance your tires out. See, you want to make sure that it's no wobble. See that? See? As you tighten them, just kind of put a little pressure like that. So just kind of rock back and forth on it. Yeah. Because when you let your wheel down, you don't want this to be loose and all of this is tight. Because once the pressure of the body is on there down, it may not tighten up all correctly. So you want it all snuggy before even letting your wheels down. Okay? Feel extra tight. A little bit more. Okay. There. Alrighty. So let's let it on down. There. Right. Your tire is now flush. It's in contact with the ground. Looks good. Right. Just for extra support. That's done. Now remember, all you needed was some zip ties, either flathead or some pliers. and some electric tape. Alright, the WD-40 was extra. And this is for cleaning brakes. If you're going to have your wheel off, why not multitask and knock a few things out at once? And that's it. Now, if you're going to be under your vehicle, I would highly recommend to use a jack stand. The only reason we use just this for the job is because we were working from the side of the vehicle. At no point did I get completely under the vehicle, just about that much. But I can still dodge or move if anything going wrong. Don't get up under there with just a jack, okay? Use a jack stand. But look at the results. So we're gonna go somewhere darker where you can see this a lot better, okay? Yeah, that looks good. So now when you stop, people seeing you from all angles. See that? So we're gonna go to a better place so we can see it better. I told y'all that was gonna look really cool. So if you wanna get your lights like that, oh yeah, see that? That's custom third brake for you. Look at that. You see, so when you brake, they see it all on the side of the wall. They see it all on the side of the car. It's all under your wheel. It look like that business is on fire. Look at that. Okay. And I like the turquoise because it blends right on in with the turquoise in the car. Yeah. So that's how you customize a third brake. Oh yeah. Everybody gonna know you're braking. I like the license plate, half green, half white. Real crazy. So there you go. And that's how it's done. Now when people pull up behind you, look at that. Real nice atmosphere. See that? You see I customized the dashboard? See? You can't see that with the light on like that. Yep, that's how it's done, y'all. Now without the flashes, you can see it a lot better. Look how cool that looks. And I want to thank you so much for taking the time out and walking through this video with me step by step. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Once again, my name is Yasharon Caldwell, and I appreciate your time. Please subscribe. Please like, however you like. Have a wonderful day. Stay blessed and stay safe.